Okay, Virgo, Happy New Year. Hope you had a good Christmas season and everything is well with you. We're going to dip into the spiritual side of things. I have the Isis cards, Native Spirit cards, and Power of Surrender cards for clarification. So let's just dip in here, shall we? Always amused by the Virgo and what they do. So let's carry forward and see how they're doing spiritually. Okay, your first card, Virgo, for 2024 is the Goddess of 10,000 Names, Isis, Endless Emanations of the Priestess. Now, this card was heavy in another reading I had, but for different reasons. Now, give me a moment. Similar, but different. Yeah, what I'm getting here is we may be showing many faces to many people. Spiritually, we're not down to one. I feel like we have to funnel ourselves into one character for everybody. Because I feel like we're trying to make different people happy in our life. And I feel like we're modifying our natural behavior in order to do this. So what we're doing essentially is wearing some masks here, but it's of a light nature. Our core, our heart is the same, but there's a sense of being different people for different reasons to gain a certain thing. This is never a good thing here, because there's a sense that they're wanting me to tell you. There's a sense of developing these characteristics. This is not spiritually sound. They want you to become one person to all people. If they cannot deal with who you are and what you're about, that is their problem. They have to adjust. We have to be true to ourselves and who we are. Because the more we develop these characters outside of us, and it's like these faces, right? Because what they're giving me is they're giving me one person coming forth and we're like strong and vibrant to that person. Then the next person comes forth, then we're loving and compassionate to that person. But we're not cohesive to everyone. We're not the same to everyone. We're different flavors, for a lack of clarification, like not clarification, but a lack of a better word here. We're kind of turning up the flavor factory here. What do you expect me? Oh, I'm going to be that person. And what do you expect me? Oh, I'll be that person for you. They're going, no, to develop this is of no use. We're really turning into something that we don't want. We know, or we're getting to know who we are on a deeper level, and they're going, keep going down that road. The ability to answer for other people is not our responsibility. How they treat us and how we treat them, that's what you should focus on. Not how to make up for things. I'm getting like a complex underlying, I feel like from the Virgo, they're trying to make other people feel better, but from the wrong center of things. Because they're going to sacrifice themselves to make someone else feel better. That's never a good idea. So, again, this developing of this man, when this comes first in a reading, I know it's going to be a powerful reading, but it's all about development of the soul, development of character, and being very rigid within that and not loosening the bounds here. I feel like the Virgo felt virtuous in treating people this way, or having people look at them in different ways, and they're going, nope, this has nothing to do with virtue. This is a sense of pleasing others above ourselves, and that is not, it's incorrect. And again, we don't want to say it's not to do, but we will learn as we go down this road that we will feel more inauthentic, and we will get caught up in things that will slow us down on our spiritual path. Okay, so we'll leave that one there. We'll move on to the next row. that does have somewhat to do with your past energy. Usually I have 3 rows, past, present, and future, to simplify things. So this is something in our past that maybe a lot of healing energy is coming to the surface. So it may be rumbling up to the surface again to be seen. But at this point, they're advising you this would not be a good road to go down, because it just splinters ourselves in ways that it's not spiritually sound. So the next card we get for you, Virgo. Talisman of Prophecy, charging sacred objects of power. We may be investing a lot in safety factors here, and I feel like actually this maneuver is one of those. I feel like we want to be loved by others, but we're kind of going about it the wrong way. Because again, we're sacrificing our core self. Because even though we haven't gone this far down that road, we are starting to show different faces to different people. Again, it's a natural variance, and everybody does this to a certain degree. But once we go in a tangent of going down this road, the devil loves to break you apart. So they will have more of a foothold the farther we go down. It's like we're going into their territory. Right? So we want to stay out of any temptation whatsoever to go in this way. And this is preventative measures to keep you out of trouble. And this facing people in different ways, literally, this is of no use. There's no benefit here. Even though we perceive we're having a benefit, it actually cuts us off. And they want me to explain to you why that is. Now, okay, we put a mask to this person and we're light and fluffy and everything's good. And maybe we get along with them better. Maybe we trust them more. Whatever the scenario. We are putting a mask to that, or we're removing our mask to that person, let's say. The next person, where we don't trust them as much, so we put up a barrier and we become strong and pungent. You know, no, I will not do that. Blah, blah, blah. We become rigid. Then the next person, we're somewhere in between. Now, all of these different cycles that we're going through, not only is it confusing for our mental mindscape to keep track of all of this, that's work and spiritual effort we do not need. It's not serving us. But once we start doing that, it leads us into starting to tell lies to appease these people and keep our character within those people. And there's no need for this whatsoever. So, in order to get rid of that temptation to want to amp up these characters, we become more of ourselves, and they either stay or go, depending on their ability to like or not like us. And we have to come to terms with not being liked. I get a sense as Virgo is like, I can't stand it when someone doesn't like me. So much so that I will sacrifice my character in order to make someone like me. And they're going, no. If they don't like you, they don't have to like you. That is their free will. Let them go. They may come back at a later date and realize that, you know, this is worthy or not worthy of me. But that is... it's the patience to go through that whole course of time. And usually the Virgo's kind of steady on this. I feel a sense of a bit of self-worth lacking, but I'm not going to get too far into this. The card here, it's telling, man, potency. I'm getting a lot of energies coming in. As I open doors, right? As I open spiritual doors, the energy is there for me to read. And what we're saying here in the present is we may be actually using charms and things that are amplifying us, which is good. Again, we need this as training wheels to make us feel more potent, more strong. It may be a little gem that nobody sees. It may be a necklace that was given by our grandfather. It may be whatever, a bracelet that was given by my mother, whatever. Something that empowers us on a low level, because we're not one to boast outward that we're not quite prepared, but this is how I feel the soul is kind of uneasy in where it's at. So much so that we need amplification of safety here. So know that it is there for you anyway, but if we start to magnify these faces outside, like start to become 2 to 3 to 4 faced to appease others, that you're running straight into the devil's party here. So the talisman, yes, it's a good of faith, they said. So there must be something of faith that we carry on us or with us or around us wherever we go. This is amplifying, so this is good. So now we have to just relax and allow people to treat us in, well, this could be taken in a myriad of ways, but however they want. It's our boundary. If they want to leave because they don't like something, then allow that to go. Don't try to keep someone there that feels they need to leave. And again, this may be someone and he just needs to go and learn a lesson, and then allow themselves to become at the vibration where they realize that they may miss you, or they realize that you're valid or invalid, and they can choose to do that in any way they feel. Yeah, I feel like we're trying to please someone so much so we're out of our character, and the sense is that we need to be in our character, because that is what is liked about us. So going out of that really doesn't serve us. Okay, the last and final Isis card. Wow, the Mother of Life. Nourishment of the Golden Grain Mother. Okay, yeah, life cycles here. I feel like there's a lesson being learned here about the self that is really going to solidify our future. Not only that, it's got essence waves of affecting our afterlife cycle. That's what I'm getting. Very profound life lessons, realizations, epiphanies, very deep, huge, life-changing ones. In fact, I feel like this has to do with your vibrational frequency. The vibration that you go outward in from now on, you're going to realize is a change. And that could be just sinking into our character and realizing what is me and what isn't me. And I'm not going to go outside what isn't me in order to please another person. I have to think about my own spiritual happiness, and I have to relax. People are going to view me how they view me, and they have the right to view me in this way. And they also have the right to think it over. And I'm not going to push or adjust my frequency in order to do that. They are allowed to do whatever. So there's a sense of respecting others' energetic frequency, whether that's against us or with us. Okay, so as we move on to the next row here, on top of the goddess of 10,000 names, again, I feel like that's a splitting of our face to become 2, 3, 4 face to different people in order to appease them. It's not about that, is what they said. It's not about that. So the chakra card to clarify on top of that is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's just coming from our truth. Whenever we're trying to lie to help someone else's feelings, I mean, there's a certain gray area here, right? Because you don't want to be hurtful to other people's feelings, and you do want to consider other people's feelings, but not to the sacrifice of your own or your own character. I'm saying character, but they're going, that's not quite the right frequency, but our spirit and our soul frequency, honoring our soul and what it wants. I feel like that's what's going on here. We're figuring out the boundaries within our soul of what we will and won't, how we will and won't go is really what we're solidifying this base, because they're showing me like a knight in a, like a castle with all the bricks building up. And it's like, I'm figuring out where I belong and where I don't belong and what feels good to me and what. So we're learning about, again, character is the only word until I, maybe through the reading it'll come out, but it's all about soul growth and becoming many faces to many people is not going to help us grow spiritually. In fact, it will fracture us highly. And maybe you need to go from the other side of the coin. It was the Aquarius reading that I put up here talking about. Now, this is different than the scenario we're in because we are choosing to put faces out to other people. And there are people on this earth that don't choose that and are fractured due to trauma. And it takes a part of their personality and it separates us. So we literally can't control when we can or cannot say something. We are fractured into different characters that deal with life differently. And because of this, it creates a fracturing of being able to heal properly. It's like how would I, please give me a metaphor here. Or a, okay, I'm like, give me a metaphor. It's like twisted, but they're going, okay, say we have a dog with 3 heads. So it's got a mind, it wants to go in every direction. It's like the body is one, but the mind is of 3. So one dog, one head wants to go left, one wants to go right, one wants to go down the center. Where's it going to go? Where's the body going to allow it to go? It just creates confusion and fogginess and mysteries and this. And that's the thing. The Virgo has the ability to choose this direction. And it was Aquarius. I don't know if it's I think it's a bonus reading that I put in. The reading, I actually did it first. And then I thought, man, this is too heavy. But they're like, we need this information to go outward. Because it's going to help someone sitting there not being able to see themselves properly. So there's the bonus reading of Aquarius. So maybe look that over, because from the flip of the coin, we're choosing to change ourselves and fracture ourselves in different ways. And again, the devil gets in there easier once we do that, because it'll start ripping us apart. If we stay strong and solid in who we are, that one dog with the one head, we go where we want to go. We're not pulled in many directions. And this is the struggle of the Aquarius, because there's a disassociation there going on. And it's a disassociation that person is trying to heal through, but it's like that dog with 3 heads. They can't go in one direction because they're split into 3, and they cannot break down that compartmentalization any longer. But the universe is connecting with them to try and break that down, and they are striving hard to try and amalgamate into one. And basically the reading was bringing it to the factor that, okay, we may not get down to 1, but we'll get down to 2, and 2 is better than 3, better than 4, better than 5. And there is a sense, I didn't say it in the reading, but I did have the essence that we had come from about 7 or 8 of them. And we're working our way down to 2. And that is progress. And even if we get to 2, that is way better than being split 8 different ways. So this is the spiritual sovereignty that person is going to gain. They're going to go down to 2. And it'll be a lot easier to deal with spiritually. This is for you, Virgo. And it will be a lot less cloudy. It will be a lot less temptation to lie to one another. These are all things that we are in control of. Beware, there's people out there that do not have control of this. We do not want no part of it. We want to become our secure self, and we go outward to others that are in this way as well. Okay, the Ace of Swords is about a truth that may come forth to you, having to make you see in this way. And it may literally be this reading. It may be. I may be the Ace of Swords coming in to create the clarity. Where we once thought, maybe this could help us out, they're going, no, this could only cloud you up, and it can only throw you into the devil's clutches. Eventually down the road, the more we go down that rabbit hole, we split down the center. And when we're split, we can't be sovereign. So keep that in mind, okay? So I feel like that got through. And as we go on the Talisman of Potency, again, whatever you need to strengthen yourself, do so. I feel like somebody is of faith, and they have things of faith around them, and it is working. It is making them feel better. So keep that with you, because that perpetuates the flow inward of good news, good vibrations, good stuff. So that is all good and wonderful. So on top of that card, the Talisman card, we get the Empress card. So the Empress is about someone giving love outward. This may be love and information. It may be clarification. I'm seeing it even like a counselor. Somebody who has good advice, and you take it and it's a loving cup that goes outward. This may be even someone who is a stranger to us that gives us some kind of advice. And it is weighty advice, meaning it's heavy and it's life-changing, and you know what? I can go forward and I can free myself. And I feel like part of that is, did we have trauma in our life? This is what I'm getting. We had some trauma in our life here. We're dealing with, and we want to split apart. Don't naturally go in that way. That is the devil's trying to pull your tail back into things. Be solid in who you are. We may not, there's a sense of not feeling valid in the direction of light that we're going. Now, give me a moment. The Empress is here to give you her loving cup. She gives it purely and full of heart. And again, it could be just a stranger. It could be someone you know very well, like a family friend, whatever. And they give you this wisdom and it just hits you like a ton of bricks. And it's valid. And it can be implemented, and it can change your life, and it is just kind of a whirlwind spin that puts your face in the exact right direction you need to go. Now, that is the Empress coming here, and I feel like the Talisman of Potency, being connected to whatever higher power that we have, has set this up. They're setting this up. They're going, okay, you need to talk to this one, because this one's off a little bit, and this one knows. Right? The advice given, it's exactly that puzzle piece you need to become a full picture. This is what they're saying to me. It's interesting because that's a very profound connection, very profound information, very profound life-changing things that can come of this. So this is good. I mean, we're in the 8 frequency. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 4. 2024 equals 8. That means infinite potential, infinite possibilities, and it could even be magical possibilities, fateful possibilities. Anything goes here. We are unlimited in what we can access, where we can go, and what. So keep your vibration high, keep your thoughts high. Unlimited would be great and wonderful is what they said. And even though we got to limit our character to who we are, that's going to be of a comfort level because we're not prying, we're not repressing anything, or this is how it should be done anyway, and we're not pushing anything out that's not originally ours. Keep that in mind, that barrier. That's the only barrier you should have this year. Other even ideas of what could happen, it's going to be blown apart. All of this is going to go beyond any kind of restriction that is out there is going to be blown away this year. Okay. So the Empress is here. Because of your faith, your connection to the higher power, the brightest light, whatever you call it, that connection has brought about, it's like putting you guys on a team, right? We got Team Light and Team Dark, right? So we all are Team Light. So the coach has said, you know what? You work with this one because your deficits equal their proficients, and we need to learn something here. So they're putting you together to absorb these, it may be just a lesson. It may be just a stranger comes in, says something very profound. It changes your life and away they go. Or it could be someone that changes your life and they stay for a season of reason, right? Lifetime. This kind of thing. So keep that in mind. These are all life-changing things. And again, this is something that's going to create energy waves that go into your next life or heal things from your past life, this kind of thing. So the Empress is here to give you that download. On top of the Mother of Life, again, the life and death cycle is pertinent here. A sense of completion and putting to rest and then moving forward in a new frequency. Like when we have a life that goes through a death process, we come back and we are wiped clean of the memories. We are allowed to go forward freely. And of course we have a growing cycle, right? Through child, youth, teenager, adult, young adult, that helps us grow in our own parameters, which is very much what this Virgo is. And you may not be a young person. You may have had this cycle kind of avoided, for your life. So other people would go through this in their teens, their adult or young, you would grow in a certain way. I feel like this has been stunted for you, but it's nonetheless opening up in, again, the right frequency. So anyway, on top of the Mother of Life, just get going here. Two of Coins, there's an ability to choose the right way. And I feel like there's something here about wanting to be different people to different people that is a no. Don't go down that road. You be who you are to whoever, and if they take offense, that is something that they gotta deal with to a certain degree. I mean, Yeah, there's parameters there. You go nuts with this. But but the bottom line is you choose within your heart and soul what you can deal with in your morality. And make sure your morality's tight. Keep to the straight and narrow, is what they said. So, 2 of coins about that door and opening and choosing to go in that door. We may have come from darkness. This card always leads me in that road. It's like we've come from areas here that are dark. And they may even be tempting us at this time. And they may be tempting us in ways we don't even recognize. And that may be what this Empress is here to show you. Is that the devil waits, and it's in everything that you want. He's not going to be there where everything is resistant, because then he's easy to resist. He's going to be there in the temptation areas. In places where we're unhealed, this kind of thing. And I learned that from Solera online. There's another lady that does pretty intense readings. And now I'm pushing that message. She's taught me that, and I push that out because that is the truth. It is the truth. I just didn't know how to put it into words myself. It's like, yeah, they go where you're unhealed. They go where you're going to trip up. They're not going to go where you know your game and you know your boundary. They're not going to go there. They're going to go where your weak boundaries are. Right? This could be sex, drugs, alcohol, gambling. Could be any of those. They're going to pull you in that way. So be careful because, well, the thing is, I think in the future we choose the right lane anyway. But I feel like there may be a sense of temptation here. But we because we are connected 75% with the light. Why did that have a hard time coming out? Maybe those parameters, maybe it's a little lower. But we are more, it's like our past is tempting us to go to the past. But I'll tell you this, when you go back to your past, it will never be the same as it was, because you've already gone through the life and death cycle. And by that, I mean, you've already transitioned to where you need to go. For you of that higher frequency to go back to the dark, you would just see it more blatantly and go, oh yeah, no, yeah, I gotta get out of here. It wouldn't take you a millisecond in New York to really figure it out. I mean, it's just, oh yeah. And we may go there. And I'll tell you, it'll take a millisecond in New York. It just, boom, yeah, no, okay. Right? Because I think the white light has got enough of a hold on you. And they're making you see clearly enough to go back into the clouds and start driving at 110. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. You want to see everything and be clear. So we're not going to go backwards, is the sense they're giving me. Virgo, which is good. It's all good. So this is good. There's a lot of titles here coming out. Usually I'll take their words and make it the title in the for the video. That's the thing that's supposed to attract you in there and resonate and help you learn. So there's a lot of them here. So we'll see what happens. So 10,000 names, Ace of Swords. Again, the clarity is coming forth quite highly. In fact, we've had it all along here. In our recent past, not in our dark past, but in our light past, we've got some clarity here, and we're willing to fight for it on a lot of levels. But there's certain levels that are tempting us. Be careful. I feel you overcoming this. On top of the Ace of Swords, the House of Night card, wishing. Okay, there's something here about wishing things were different. So it may not be completely absorbing. Our positive gifts at this time. I'm kind of getting a light feel on that one, but they're saying there's something here we're missing. Okay, and we're wishing for it, and we're looking for truths and whatnot. And again, in our spiritual selves, just keep true to who you are and don't try and impress. And if it's a lover or something like this, which is usually my forte, that's the whole point of me being here, is to get you to your highest potential, your divine partner. So this may be something we're thinking about lightly at this time. Like, okay, I'm ready for this. Or we may be tempted to go backwards. And I'm getting a party vibe. Like, yeah, like, hey, like mingling. And the ego is shining like a beacon. Come on. Come to mama. Like this kind of, or daddy, right? But the thing is that yeah, we're wishing from a sense of lack. So we're not quite appreciating things, but again, we are in transition, and we're also maybe being blocked because of our behavior here, having to do with not being true to ourselves, right? So then we go down energetically in frequency there. Yeah, I'm going to continue. So we're wishing for something in our future. As we go into the middle here, more in the present energy, we have the Empress offering us love, offering us wisdom that is profoundly effective. Okay, on top of that card, we get movement. Okay. This Empress may actually be a person in your view. This may be someone. Now, they're giving me the Empress is the movement. That's the one that's moving toward you to give you what you need. Spiritually. Okay. Spiritually. So, yeah, that's swift action. That'd be like the Chariot. The white horse here in darkness. So again, there's some gray area here having to do with accepting and whatnot. So we could be stretching ourselves a little bit too much where we're not true of who we are. Okay. Other than that, I'm not. They're keeping me fuzzy there. So we'll move forward. So either the details don't matter or would just trip us up, or, there's just things along our path we're going to realize in this way about this, either this person or at first I don't feel a romantic interest here in this Empress. I feel like this Empress coming forth forcefully by God ordained to give you a message, to inform you of something. And I feel like that's what's driving them to come forth. And now this may be, after you get this message, drive outward to go and do something based on that material, right? This is kind of the sense they're giving me. It's hard to express some days. Okay, life and death cycle as we move into the future. The Two of Coins, again, picking the right lane, picking the white light, having faith in the good of all involved here. On top of that, we get the message card. Yeah. So this may be literally about a message coming through, but, okay. Yeah, they're correcting me. They're going, because I was looking at the Empress ready to focus all my attention there, and they're going, no, the message going outward is from the Virgo. They're, based on what they've been given energetically by an Empress, okay, to help them evolve, they're going to take movement. And with that movement, they're going to bring a message to someone else, is the sense. Because they're choosing the right path and they're seeing clearly. And this message did help them quite highly. And the Empress may not know how profoundly helpful this has been. She may not have known. And that may be the message that's coming back. Or it may just be a message to connect and say thank you for that. I feel like we may or may not know this Empress in the 3D. I feel like deep down in our life cycle, I feel like this is a past life person. Okay? Yep, that's what I'm getting. I kind of overlooked that. Well, they're going life and death cycle. This person is a life and death cycle. This is someone from our past. So we will feel strongly about not only attracted to the message they give, but attracted to look at them and how they're living, because it's someone from our past life. Now again, whether it's a season, or a season, or a lifetime, I guess that depends on what goes forth. But this is someone that is from a past life. And I got that a while back about a masculine. I was picking up on a masculine energy, and this could be masculine or feminine, frankly. And it was talking about the Six of Cups coming up and bringing in an energy of someone that's already there. I feel like this is another person for you. So if you're following my readings in the past, there's a past life person and there's another past. So your clan is really gathering. I don't have that card here, but it's gathering together to support you in that spiritual way. Why? Because we've risen now to this higher vibration. Now our clan is coming in. Our past life people that are in supportive energy are a match. So this is the different thing. And this is the pause. This is why we feel like we're wishing on things. And again, they're being answered, is what they're said. We're answering this prayer by bringing these people in. And you're going to be attracted to them because they are of light, and because they are, we may have confusion about this, but I feel like the message is to kind of unhinge that. It's like, wait a minute, how did you get all this information, or whatever? Like, picking that person, the Empress's brain, how did you get this information, and where did you, like, wanting to get underneath where she got her wisdom from, or whatever she was spitting at you there that made sense. Like, I'm getting, like, how do you know, and why? And what have you been through, and what's da-da-da? I feel a great curiosity coming forth there. And that may be the message, is like inquiring minds want to know, right? How did this all be? Because it's so profound that it's just mind-blowing. Okay, so that's kind of good. We're going to have a profound realization, epiphany, if you will. And we will also come across this from a past life person. That's why they'll be kind of enigmatic in some kind of ways to us. It's like, why can't I, move away from this person? Or why can't I be distracted? It's because, one, the message they're giving, you're supposed to listen to highly. Very, very valuable energy and lesson. Secondly, it is a past life person, and that's a person that you will feel comfortable with instantly. And didn't we ask, weren't we wishing for people like this in our life? So here you go, there's one, and there's more to come. But again, we don't want to start the party right off. We want to warm it up a bit. So you know what I mean? If we bash too quick, then it dies down too quick. We want you to enjoy the whole cycle here. So that's what's going on for the Virgo. Okay, as we get into the Power of Surrender cards, Virgo, for you, for 2024, Power of Surrender card is Fear of Intimacy. Yeah, this guy's going around a little bit. You're ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Now, me being a little bit sexist here, I do get a masculine energy. This is not something that can't happen. Like, it can happen to women as well. I keep canceling my my things out here in English. This will happen in feminines as well. So if you're feminine, this is your point here. And the universe is saying you are ready. You may be saying I'm not ready, but I feel like for this Virgo, I feel like the feminines, they're coming to a check mark here from a cross, right? Like from an Xing out of maybe the Virgos on the female side were just really accepting that they didn't want a partner. The universe not going to allow that. No, because we got frequencies here, we got to up the frequency. And in order to get you together, you have to lose your fear of intimacy. And again, this year is bringing up all the crud from the bottom of the barrel to be seen. So again, we'll be triggered in certain areas in order to deal with these things properly. So again, anything that stops you from opening your heart, we're going to naturally, instinctively, and this person is of light, so they are in their instinct and they are gaining guidance. Listen to that guidance, even when it comes to your heart. Maybe harder in this area if we've been betrayed. I feel like there's a great wishing for something in this way. I feel like the universe feels you're ready. They feel you're ready. So that's their opinion. And I think that they're valid in that, right? Why? Because I don't see what they see. They see all. They see everything. So compassionately identify and begin to release patterns that stop you from opening your heart. I feel like whether we have work or not to do in this area, I feel like there is a resistance to want to open up to people for whatever reason. Again, the universe is saying you're ready to let love in, but it's maybe our opinion that I don't know if I should do this. But yet there's a deep yearning. I want it. This is what's missing. So again, yeah. And it is missing, isn't it? It's missing everywhere on the earth because everybody's going out, lashing out against others in a negative way. And we got to reverse this. So the more people that cash into their fear, not cash into their fear, but cash into going past their fear of intimacy and tapping in, the less all of this crap the vibrational frequency, this is what's misunderstood by people on the, because, I used to, even when I started doing these readings, I was like, look at all these people doing these love readings. Like, it's kind of sickening. Not sickening, like, but it's kind of like, do I really need to be in and amongst? And they're like, yes, you do. They kept pushing me. Yes, keep going. Because there's certain frequencies, certain vibrations need this information to get to the next vibration, and the next, and the next, and evolve. So yes, all of these people, they can have a certain frequency that they evolve, and then there's one above and below. And they're all working towards the higher good to get these couples together. So you can kind of roll your eyes at this and go, yeah. But at the same time, the frequencies on the earth are of a negative, combustive, chaotic nature. How do you counteract that? By fighting more? No. By loving more. And being examples of love and vibrating at love. So what the universe is doing in their smart center is coming down, and they're getting all these lovers together at the height of destruction of countries and global. This whole globe is warped. This is what I see. Nobody is spared from this frequency, but if we start if we start breaking it down and not catastrophizing things, but looking in our immediate surroundings at a partner that we can appreciate, and this may or may not be one that's coming in, but I'll tell you, they are coming in. And they will be strong, and they will be things that we just enigmatic, all of it. And it will be there to overpower, because each little pocket of love that starts up creates a wave. And this Virgo, you are part of that wave. So you finding your true love is going to strengthen you. And it's going to be supportive. And make no mistake, these things are all, ordained by God. So if you have any doubt of the attraction level, if you are in and not tempted by and doing, like you're staying in your truth, you're trying to be pure of heart, pure of, of life, of cleaning yourself up, this attraction will be coming in strong and hard. So, surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready. The native spirit card that we have, I'm going to read from the book. Warrior of the heart. Oh, don't you know? This is good. This is good because the bear, he's big and strong. And he's fierce. And then all I see is white here. That's all good. I'm going to go intuitively first before I hit the books. Now, the warrior of the heart, yeah. And I get a sense here too, we may not be wanting to go too quickly into the love zone, because either we may have not taken it seriously in our past, or we just may have got like a lot of, not a lot of fruitful stuff. Just a lot of little berries, Just not the big oranges and apples. We just got little berries and little blueberries and little things here that just maybe not meant enough to us to, or we weren't in the right place when we went after them. This kind of thing. So I get it like like he's coming out of hibernation in this way. Oh, yeah, that's a good one for what I'm feeling here. It's like, I'm not going anywhere too quickly. I'm just coming out of a slumber and waking up and stretching the legs. Like I'm just not in a rush. But the universe is going to put something in your path here that's going to kind of, perk up your ears a bit. You're going to make you focus on things that you weren't focused on before. But they are aware of what we're wishing for. And what we're wishing for is pure, true, heart-centered love, unconditional love. Someone who can accept me for who I am. This kind of love, that's where they're headed. And they're bringing about a past life person in order to do that properly. Because a past life person will have an essence wave of knowing you more than anyone that's just come across you and has to learn it all. There's an underlying factor here that coats this. And that is what the Virgo is going to feel. They're going to feel that underlying coating, and they're going to, just keep coming back. Keep coming back. So this may be a slow progression or a friendship that evolves over time. One, because that's the way the Virgo wants it, and two, because that's the way we feel stable. Right? We are an earth sign, no less, so we just tiptoe through the tulips. We're not going anywhere fast, right? And that's what I get from the warrior of the heart. Okay. So beyond that, and again, all the white. They're going, it's all white. It's all white. So the past life partner that we're going to be attracted to, they're white too. So don't doubt that. The more along this line, the more inquisitive we get, the more answers we get from them, we will realize this to a higher degree, where we won't doubt any of it. Now, warrior of the heart. Oh, look at it just crack open. Okay, card meaning. So this is right from the book. You have the radiant spirit of a warrior of light. I feel that strongly. They believe that about themselves. I am a warrior of light. Boom. Okay. So very strong spiritually. Be impeccable in all your actions. No matter what others believe, the Creator always knows the truth. This isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Immense courage is filling you. And I feel in their life and what they're doing, like their job or whatever it is this Virgo's under, they are very, go out, get things, grab it, come back. We're very aggressive in that way. We're doing things in an aggressive manner. But it may be in our intimate areas or our area of partnerships where we're kind of pulling away. And this may be where the devil's trying to get us. No, you pull away from there, because if you start going in that light, in the partnership area, man, you're going to be so happy. And that little piece that is unhealed, that partnership piece, if that gets put in there, then we're a solid state. We can't be messed with, because we're in our happiness. Our partner's in our happiness. We'll pick a partner that makes us happy, that we see as solid and stable. It's unbreakable. So the devil don't want you there. So there's maybe some temptation to go away from this. Okay, so that's my own guidance. Okay. So again, this isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Immense courage is filling you now. Throw your shoulders back, step forward, and take a risk. Be willing to live life from your heart rather than your mind. Honor your truth and speak up for yourself. Your native spirit wants you to know the greatest native warriors weren't the ones who wounded the most people. They were those remarkable beings who had such personal power that the enemies lay down their weapons rather than fight. Yeah. There are times in life to step back and even times to walk away, but there are also times to stand up for yourself and those less advantaged. Don't allow yourself to be limited by your belief system. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. Fearless means just that. Fear less. Acknowledge that you're frightened and take action anyway. Face your anxiety and go beyond the boundaries of limited perceptions of yourself. Through your example, people find and act on their truth. You're a light bearer for others. And I do feel this strongly. I'm connecting with someone here who's highly driven from source. Not only that, they are very progressive. They're doing, even unbeknownst to the Virgo, they're doing waves of energy here that is just, it's relieving in the light source. It's going, this person doing this, and it may be in the form of the work. Like you may be a, how would you say, caregiver in that kind of way. You may be a nurse, you may be whatever. But whatever field you're in, you're connecting with a lot of people is the sense I get. And that connection and that information, that flow, that energy that's going back and forth, this is priceless. This is what is needed. You heard the call, you answered the call, you're doing the call, and we don't have to worry because the Virgo's on the job. They're doing their thing. So that's all good. They want to thank you for that, because you are not letting us down in any way. So someone may have some doubt about this. You are not letting us down in any way. In fact, you're making life easier for. I mean, they got it covered, don't you worry. But this is the thing. We're doing our path, and that's all we ask. So it's like I'm seeing someone put their hands behind their head and lift their feet up and pull the recliner out. Like this is what we're doing. We're doing what we're needed to. So that needs to be said. Okay. Continuing on. Wow. Yeah. Where was I? Fearless. Fearless. I was past there. You're a light bearer for others. And again, through your example, people find and are acting on their truth. That is, it's all there. Your example is creating a truth wave that needs to be there. And if you remove yourself from that, it's not there. And that's part of the process here of evolving. Okay. The journey. So this is on the 3D earth, what you can do physically too. And again, you're grounded, so this will resonate or should resonate with you. List everything that you are afraid of. Then next to that list, write every reason why it's important to overcome that fear. In other words, what does that fear cost you? Then make a list of the various ways that you can overcome that fear. Now, I did this in my life a while ago, and I kind of was, I don't know, I took it seriously, but I was light with it. I kind of was taking it like, well, let's just see what this does, this list, what it does, because I truly believe that bringing things to the forefront, bringing things up and looking at them can actually be freeing. So I did this. I pulled cards for myself one day and this came out and I was like, okay, what do I fear? And boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. And I went down. I did it. And then it was like, what was the other thing? And then the reason why it's important to overcome that fear. Like, what is that blocking you from, right? Having this fear, what does it create in your life? So let's say the fear of intimacy, right? Because they're saying you got a fear of intimacy here. So, number 1, fear of intimacy. Intimacy. I want to say intimacy. I don't know why. But anyway. So we're listing this. Fear of intimacy. Then next to it, write the reason why it's important to overcome that fear. It's important because they want you to come to your greatest, truest, highest potential in love and light. And love is part of that. And finding a partner that loves you unconditionally is part of that as well. If we have a fear of intimacy, we don't connect to that true love and we don't get our true happiness. And neither does that other person, by the way. Because that other person is just waiting to connect with you, is the sense they're giving me. I mean, all over the world, everybody. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're all waiting. This is the ultimate. And this is what the universe is working on in frequency right now this year. Believe it or not. And because the love will be coming together, it means that the destruction will be falling apart. Because suddenly everybody be so preoccupied with the love in their life that they don't have time to deal with the chaos and the bitterness and the resentment of everything else going wrong. And as avoidant as that can sound, it's really about creating pure, true, and ultimate, unlimited love potential. And isn't that the be-all, end-all? Okay. Wow. Warrior of the heart. You are very strong. You're very bold. You're very much out there. You're big. You're bold. And in a certain way, I think if you're in your positive pole, you ain't gonna let anybody pull you under, right? But there are tripwires here is what they said. There's tripwires here, waiting. So I think that Virgo's really smart enough, but there's certain areas they're unhealed, and that's just what they're trying to illuminate that to you. And one of them here is a fear of intimacy, and for whatever reason, we just need to get past that so we can bring loving, true love, companion in, and that is really going to overload our life in a different way. And that could be part of what the Empress bringing to you to say, that could be what changes our life, is finding a one true love. And then suddenly we go, and I don't think we're doing anything wrong anyway, Virgo. I think we're on the right path. We're doing the right things, They just want to put, the cherry on top of the cake or the cupcake, whatever. They want to, top it off with sprinkles. This is what they want to do. They want it because there's a little bit missing. And again, we were wishing for something. It's coming in, Virgo. That is your reading. That is your reading for 2024, the beginning of it anyway. The love and romance readings will be out soon. It depends on my cycle here, whether I can, if I get a lot of stuff going on all at once. But yeah, they will be coming in within a month here. So keep an eye on that, because that'll be interesting for the Virgo, because even though they're not wanting to gallop off in this direction quickly, the universe is sure putting stuff in front of their path. And it's going to slowly warm them, and they're slowly going to see exactly what it is that they want. And I feel like that's just going to come together quite naturally. And I think it's going to be a good thing, because you are a warrior of the heart. And when you surrender your fear of intimacy, everything will go in the right way. And you may come across a love that is from your past that will be enigmatic and magnetic. And it will also help you reach your highest potential. So, not that we're doing anything wrong there. So take care, Virgo. Have fun and be kind. Happy New Year. And we'll talk to you soon.